I'm going to show you how to make $89,000 in 3 days with 21 phones, 1 client, and a team of voice and text AI agents. Now, the images you see here are images of my revenue rack. This is a physical infrastructure that we've built in order to run text-based AI agents for zero per message cost, and that allow them to close sales from a client's database 24/7 without you needing to lift a finger. Now you can see the agents and the setup that you've seen above was able to generate the 89K of sales here. And the best thing about it is that it only took me 4 hours to complete the setup. We use Closebot for our text-based agents, Synthflow for our voice-based agents, and then we use our white-labeled software activation agents to connect it all together. Now, smart people just like you know this, and I want to be very clear. Selling AI theories versus selling a clear outcome is completely different when framing your offer. You see, most people, unlike you in the market, are selling AI theories. These are just concepts, and they're not clear outcomes that a business owner can understand. What we're showing you here today is a clear outcome that you can achieve for a business, which is, hey, business owner, I'm going to get you more clients and make you more revenue from an asset you already have, and I'm going to do it in 7 days. In this video, I'm going to show you exactly how to do this, and I've also written a 60-page playbook breaking down the entire model for you that you can read in your own time. It also includes a 3-hour training on how you can break 20K per month with 1 client by running this model. If you want the playbook, just click the link in the description below and you can grab it there. Now, by the end of today, you'll be able to copy exactly how I do this system and get results just like these. So let's move forward. A quick timeline. Day 0, we ran some ads, booked a call, closed this client on a 2K upfront payment. The next day, we were able to actually build out the automations and start training her AI agents. Day 2, we actually set up our revenue rack and we allowed our agents to start chatting with these customers that were in the client's database, and then they started to close sales. When the agents actually were chatting with the customers, they ran them through what we call the dopamine conversion funnel, and that's where they collected the payment. And from there, day 3, we saw all of the payments that the agents collected, and at the end of day 3, we made $89,400. Yes, we had a few clients that actually canceled the treatments and services that they purchased, but all in all, we did $89,400 collected with the agents, and then minus a few disputes that you see here. So here's how it actually works. So very simple. We start off by onboarding our clients. And the way that we do that is by using an AI agent on WhatsApp to actually onboard them in real time. So the way that the process looks is pretty simple. We jump on a meeting with a client, we pitch them the offer, we collect a 2 to 5K upfront deposit. Once the deposit's being collected, they're directed straight into a WhatsApp chat where an AI agent will take over and actually onboard them into the system. As the onboarding is taking place, the AI agent will actually send them this training form. Now, this training form, as you can see here, will be sent to the owner of the business. They'll click each of the buttons, and inside they will be able to answer all the information that we need to train up the AI agents so the agents can start selling the products and services to the people on their database list. Now, from there, we start actually building out the agents. So as I mentioned, we use Synthflow and Closebot. So my team and I started building out all the automations here. We built the voice and text AI agents, and then we started training them on the products and services that the business sells. From there, we actually launched the agents through our revenue rack. So the revenue rack is a system. It's a rack of physical phones that allow you to run text-based AI agents for little to no cost. The way that it works is, instead of using a service provider like Twilio, who charge you per character or per message, you can send messages at 0 per message cost by running it through the revenue rack. The revenue rack in total costs about $10 to $15 for a SIM card, which gives you unlimited text messages for the entire month. So you can see here in this example, we have 10 phones. That's $150 roughly that we paid to run unlimited messages. Pretty cool. Next, the agent started running to the leads in this database and they started collecting sales. You can see here at this point in time, we collected $22,364, and then towards the end of the campaign, we made $89,000. Now, before I get into the finer details of the build, my name is Caleb G, and welcome to the channel. It's a pleasure to have you here. This channel was built to help exceptional, intelligent entrepreneurs who are wanting to make money in the AI era. We're going to show you the exact steps to take in order to build a 20 to 50K a month AI business using a model that we've built and tested over the last 3 years. We've spent $350,000, 10,000 hours, and 3 years building this model. And I'm going to show you exactly how it works. And this channel is going to break down everything you need to become a successful AI business owner. Now, let's go through that onboarding step by step. So step one, as I mentioned, we sent the client the payment link while we were on the call. So we shared the link with the client, looks a little like this. As soon as they made the payment, we then directed them into our agreement, which is step number 2. So step number 2, we sent them the contract. As soon as the payment was made, we sent the client the contract was signed, and then a WhatsApp AI agent actually onboarded the client and then took them through the entire onboarding process. As it was onboarding the client, sent them the AI training form that I showed you above. The client filled it out, nice and easy, and then we were ready to start setting up the AI agents. Step number 5, the same WhatsApp agent will now send the sales counter and the sales tracking sheet to this client. Now, the sales tracker is actually a wallet pass that gets added to your mobile wallet on Apple or Android, and this will actually in real time be able to track the sales that the agents generate in the campaign. And the cool thing about it is, when it's on your phone, the agents will send you a push notification directly to your screen with 2 money bags that say, "You've just made more money," as soon as they've closed the sale. And if you click on that notification, it'll open up the pass that you see here. You can flip it around, and then you can see the sales that have been made via those agents. Step number 6, after the WhatsApp agent has onboarded the client, we then subscribe them to a very short 7-day email sequence just to get them warmed up and get them ready for the campaign that was about to be launched. And then step number 7, just before we launched the campaign, we booked what we call our launch call. And this is when we actually completed the campaign build. And then we met with the client to run them through everything that we had built before we actually go to market and the agents start closing sales. Now, let's get into the fun part and why you're actually here. I'm going to walk you through the exact delivery process, and I'll show you how we built every automation and every step in order to achieve this result. So first of all, as I mentioned before, we used our white labeled version of Go High Level called Activation Agents. Inside Activation Agents, in the terminal, we have our Synthflow and CloseBot integrations. Synthflow is currently the best voice AI on the market, and CloseBot is the best text-based AI on the market. Once we were able to integrate the software, we then started to create the automations. Now, the automations were built inside of the GHL platform, and the automations were actually quite complex. Now, in the automations, we have many different layers to it. We have automations that run our agents. We have automations that run our booking systems. We have automations that run email flows and text message templates. We have quite a few in detailed automations, which you can see inside of the playbook. But all you need to know for now is the different layers of automations that we have and how we actually build them and where they are hosted. Moving forward, once we created the automations, we then built what we call our dopamine conversion funnel. Now, this is a specific type of funnel that was built for a specific use case. It was bringing a lead who has just been activated by an agent to a funnel to make a conversion. So as you can see here, they're quite good looking funnels. They're very well designed. They have great colors, all in brand. And you can see here that the buttons and the actual usability and UI is very simple. All they can do is click a button here. And once they click a button, they drop down to a payment form, which is in the redeem vouchers section. Once the lead has been moved through the dopamine conversion funnel, they have then obviously made the conversion. Now, what else do we set up for delivery? We had to set up some incredible tracking systems in order to track all of the metrics throughout the campaign. We use specifically Databox, Crazy Egg, and Google Tag Manager to do this. And again, if you look in the playbook, all the details about this are in there. The data tracking systems were pretty simple. we were able to run all of the data in through Databox, and the data was specifically the messages that were being collected from clients, the conversion rates, where the drop-offs were taking place, what times were the best times to actually get conversions with the AI agents, and many different points of data that we tracked. Now, with the tracking system, this allows us to, in a campaign, make adjustments live and also collect data for the next campaigns that we run, which is super powerful. Once we have the tracking system set up, we then set up our sales tracking systems. Now, as I showed you above, we have two different ways in which we track sales for these particular clients. Number one is we have the wallet pass. Now, the wallet pass is a pass that is added to the Passes app on your Android phone or into your Apple Wallet. And what that does is it gives us direct access into a customer's home screen. That means that when the agents close a sale, the notification for that sale will pop up directly on the client's home screen and will tell them exactly how much money the agent made during that process. Pretty cool. Also, you can see the sheet behind. It's the same sheet I showed you above. The agents will actually track all of the data within that campaign and will incorporate all the data into the sheet in a very compartmentalized way. So you can see we have first name, last name, what package they chose, how much they paid, did they book in, yes or no. This is done via a mixture of automation and then AI agents to build the tracking systems. Now, once we've done that, we will then set up our revenue rack. Our revenue rack is the physical infrastructure of phones that Closebot will use to run our text-based AI agents. Now, as I mentioned before, it costs us around $15 for an unlimited SIM, and then we're able to send up to 300 messages per day per SIM to activate people within that database. Following the revenue rack, it is now time to set up our messages. Now, these are where we will actually train our AI agents on the correct messages to send to the clients in order to get the conversion. There is a specific methodology in order to do this, and I will make a video for this at another point in time. We need to train the agents in a way where the agents are able to assist the average everyday person with making a conversion on these particular products and services that we are offering. Now, I've taken a little snippet that's inside the playbook where I break down the exact messaging infrastructure that we used. When you check the playbook, you'll be able to see everything in detail. Now, once everything was built, it was pretty simple. We built the systems, the automations, the agents, we plugged in the revenue rack, we have our tracking system and our sales system. Now it's time to launch. From there, we launched the campaign and we made $89,000. At the end of that campaign, it was very simple. We have an automation, which is built off the back of a Stripe API, where we will then deduct our revenue share autonomously from the customer. We have an automation set up in the backend, which will deduct the payment from 2, 4, and 6 weeks after the campaign is finished, just so it allows enough time for the business to collect money from the customers that are being reactivated, and then they can pay us. Now, once that's completed, we will then book in the case study call. So as soon as the campaign is finished, the campaign's done, the agent through WhatsApp will send a message and say, hey, clinic owner, it's time to book in your case study call. We will then book in a case study call with them. We'll meet them. We'll run through how the campaign went. We want to catch them just as the campaign is finished, when it's really exciting and they've made a bunch of money, so we can then book in that case study call and get the best reaction from that particular customer. So that's it. That's how I made $89,000 from a rack of phones, a team of AI agents, and one client.